And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Milwaukee Mile. Tonight's site of excitement for Race 18 of the Blazing Pedals NextGen Series on Sunday night. We've got a lot to get through tonight, and joining me in the booth is Tanner Marr. Tanner, how are you, bud?
I am doing good. We rushed home to get here tonight, as did not want to miss 2 weeks in a row. So we're super excited to be here tonight. The Milwaukee Mile, we're bracket racing. Like you said, there's a lot going on here tonight, and I expect fireworks.
Yeah, there's going to be some fireworks, and the track, well, she's hot, and she's a little slick tonight. Outside temperature, 75 degrees, but the track temperature, 103. Tonight, we have stage racing. Stage 1 going to end at the end of lap number 30. Stage 2 at the end of lap 76. Then we work our way all to 190 laps. 990 laps here is the distance tonight. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. First of all, we got to thank our sponsors tonight. As always, we got to thank Ohio and Indiana Roofing, Blackhawk Motorsports, Butt Kicker, Priority Auto, MF Racing Designs, and Five Kings Motorsports. Can't thank those guys enough, as they are what helps put this thing on week in and week out. Let's go ahead and get right to our points, because, well, we're getting close to the end here. Biggest mover inside of the top 20 is going to be Cody Heinzman. And actually, I'm going to put Amanda Sherman right there. Both drivers up 3. Both drivers right now in that championship hunt. Mark Arthur, after having a disappointing week last week, still there. Still in 16th spot. But Jason Bauer right behind him now, looking to try and collect. And Marcus had an epiphany today, Tanner. I don't know if you saw it, but this car, he doesn't like it very much.
He does not a fan of the car. But to spoil it, he is second fastest in happy hour practice. So the 12 car has speed tonight. He just needs the luck to fall his way as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You also brought up bracket racing. Well, here it is. Here is the bracket, Tanner. If you could go ahead and kind of go through that, because, well, I honest to God, I can't see it on my screen. It's it's micro small.
So I actually just went and got a few little stats for us to go along with the bracket. You know, I like some stats. So basically, with the bracket, you finish better than the driver you're matched up against, you're going to advance. And we are down to the Elite 8, basically. And with the Elite 8, we got matchups like Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman. They're going head-to-head. That's heavy hitters meeting in this round. Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman. Then you got Dalton Kilroe and the Lone Dutchman, Philip Van Fleet. They're going head-to-head. Chris Berg, Rick Thompson. That's the matchup. And then the final matchup here tonight, Lagoo, it is Jamie Walker and Gordon Larson. And now I want to throw some numbers at you here, because these matchups, they're a lot closer than what you think in a lot of aspects. So Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman, we know they're doing battle, right? Chris Carroll's average finishing position, 4.9. Cody Heinzman's 4.7. Another matchup we have, Chris Berg, Rick Thompson. Chris Berg has a 9.5 average finishing spot. Rick Thompson is a 9.8. Jamie Walker, Gordon Larson. Jamie's, I thought he was going to be much better, but Jamie's average finish is a 12.4. Gordon Larson's is a 13.1. So all these guys right there on top of each other. Now, the underdog of the bracket, Philip Van Fleet, his average finish is 13th. He's going up against Kilroe, who has a 9.6 average finish. So he is the underdog, but I have faith in him. I picked him on Race Chatter today. We're bracket racing, and it's almost that time to get into qualifying.
Yeah, good stuff going on. It couldn't get much better. Yeah.
That was a lot. I'm sorry, but it was worth it.
No, it totally is.
These matchups are insane how close they are.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one here tonight. The Milwaukee Mile getting ready for qualifying. The track surface is warm, but we've got some drivers getting ready to come out on track. We're going to follow first out on track, Rick Thompson, RT76, the Speed Mafia machine, coming out on track for his first qualifying attempt here tonight.
Interesting to see what Rick can do here during qualifying. Sorry to walk over you there, Chris.
No, it's okay. I was just looking at the poll, and we've had some votes. We've had 8 of them so far, and 89% thinking, yeah, there's not going to be fewer than 10 cautions tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat out there. I think, yeah, potential for a high caution night is certainly in there.
Sadly, I voted, and I'll tell you, I voted that there probably will be over. So, I hope not.
Rick Thompson in his first lap heading into turns 3 and 4. The 76 machine up to full song. Flat, we'll call it short track racing, 1 mile long. Hence its name, the Milwaukee Mile. Lap number 1 for RT76. It's going to be good enough for first place because he's the first guy to go across the line. 31-2-1. He's going to hold on to it, though. Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Chris Carroll unable to beat that.
This track is very similar to a track we just visited, Chris, not even 4 races ago. I just looked it up. New Hampshire. Very, very similar. They drive a whole lot alike, too. And Dylan Banks won there. So, trying to go back-to-back is the 48.
Rick Thompson's second lap, a 31-2-1, still only good enough for that third spot. Right now, Dylan Banks leads the way, a 30-94. Chris Carroll in second spot, a 30-96. Hunter Laguna sitting on pit road, along with Brian Zimmerman. Amanda Sherman out there, getting ready to finish her first lap, the 8 car. And Amanda's first lap, good enough for 7th, a 32.57. So about a second off the pace for Amanda from Dylan Banks, who set the fast time here so far.
This is going to be a little in the weeds, Chris, but this track has slowed down a ton, hasn't it, from practice?
Oh, it sure has.
As Cody Heinzman just took over provisional pole, as we were saying, that 30.833 for the catch-up, man.
And Amanda Sherman right now sits in 11th spot. Jason Bauer just ahead of her in 10th. Hunter Lagunas coming out on track for his first lap. So the kid in the 27 brings it out.
Hunter the Junker.
13 drivers so far have qualified their cars. And Hunter Lagunas crosses the line. He goes green flag for the first time. Constance, Lori, hi guys. How are you? I hope everything is good.
Hi, Miss Connie. Hi, Miss Lori. Miss Connie, I saw you went to, I believe it was either a fair or a carnival or something. Hope you had a good time there.
Hunter Lagunas about to cross the line. His first lap, good enough for 14th spot, just ahead of Brian Dees. Let's see if lap number 2 is any better. That first lap, a 31.58. Brian Dees' first lap, 31.62. Dees just about ready to wrap it up. We'll swap over. Top 5 in points. Brian D is good enough for 8th spot here so far. As Jamie Walker also ready to finish up his qualifying effort. Lap number 2 goes from a 31.19 to a 31.08. 31.08 for Jamie Walker. Good enough for 5th spot so far. How about this beautiful number 3? We won't say the name again. We're going to try this again.
That number 3 was wicked loose in practice.
Really, yeah, and I think it continues on right now. 15th quickest for the 3 car, Corey Sherman. Dalton Kilrow puts down a lap, man, a 30.97. Kilrow, top 5 on the speed chart, put him 4th.
Kilrow's due, 2nd in the points. Has not won the race yet. I'm going to mention that every week till he finally does, because I know it's coming, right? It's got to be coming.
I went to Dustin Ping, but then saw Mark Arthur on the track, and we swapped right over. Mark's first lap, a 31.86 off the pace. Right now sits 18th quickest. Needs to pick it up here in lap number 2.
Remember, guys, he was second quickest at the end of practice. Had a little bobble out of 2 on this lap.
It's flat. It's short. Oh, man. Oh, it snaps around. Mark Arthur's second lap not going to count. But he does cross the line just barely. That right rear tire just barely crosses the line. Too bad for Mark Arthur. Going to be starting from deep in this field. Race
funny.
number 1 winner. Tom Orozco. Go ahead, Tanner. I'm sorry.
Talk about Mark's tire. It barely rolled across the line, so it wasn't going to count for him because he wrecked. But that's heartbreak for the 12. But yes, sir, Morosco here out on track in number 1. Won at Daytona. I pegged him to win 3 races. And he still got that 1 race win, so see what he can do tonight here at New Hampshire.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't want to make you right. I think that's what it is.
Maybe. No, in all seriousness, he's been running really good. He's had some bad luck and been involved in some incidents, right? That's killing his final position finishes, but he's running good.
Yeah, he has been. And his first lap, a 32.07, way off the pace as far as speed goes. You can tell, probably not a lot of practice for Ty.
I think he was just getting a little bit of heat in the tires right there. Let's see what he does here. I heard him shift there, Chris. He's definitely shifting.
Ty Morosco rounds out of 3 and 4, hits the go pedal. And across the line, second lap, much better, a 31.24. Right now, slated to go 10th off the line. Trevor Harmon was able to qualify. I haven't said his name in a long time. Trevor Harmon right now going to be 20th on the starting grid. One driver who has not qualified, Mike Massengill, and that's pretty typical of him.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say the 20 car probably will not qualify here tonight.
So that does wrap things up here for qualifying. Just about a minute and 45 seconds to go before we do the grid. Stop on the boards. Boy, it is stacked towards the front of this field. Cody Heinzman, Dylan Banks, Chris Carroll, and Dalton Kilrow, Brian Zimmerman, Jamie Walker, Sam Lawson, Rick Thompson, Dustin Ping, and Ty Morosco, your top 10. It is stacked. $190 miles of stage racing. Sam's out there in chat. Sam, good to see you out there in chat, bud. Thanks for joining us here at Milwaukee. It's a warm night. Wherever you are, it's probably warm. I know I am. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying myself a tall, refreshing, cold can of something.
I'm enjoying a nice cold can of Monster Rehab Yellow tea and lemonade. Whatever you're having, I'll cheers to you.
Cheers up.
Bracket racing tonight, Chris. Points are super important for the top 16. Well, hell, really the top 20, right? Everybody from 20th to 16th, they are within striking distance of securing their playoff spot. 5 races remain in the regular season, counting tonight's race. It's getting to the point where stage points and finishes are super important.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be some kind of something out there tonight. We're going to see. Never sure how they're going to end, but boy, we love to watch them while they go. getting gridded up for the first time here tonight, and it's time to take y'all through the grid. Starting on the pole, driver of the number 51 TNA Motorsports car, it's Cody Heinzman. To his outside, the DGR number 48 of Dylan Banks. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be the 99 Pit Lizard Performance, driven by Chris Carroll. And to his outside, MFRD's number 41, Dalton Kilrow. Starting inside row number 3, it's the 28 USA Firearms Machine, driven by Brian Zimmerman. And to his outside, it's the Mountain Dew and the Mountain Dew crew. Number 88, driven by Jamie Walker. Five Kings Motorsports picks up the 7th starting spot here tonight, driven by the number 24, Sam Lawson. And to his outside, out of Speed Mafia, it's the number 76, driven by Rick Thompson. Starting inside row number 5, out of Ping Precision Racing, it's the 81 of Dustin Ping. And to his outside, another MFRD driver, it's the number 1 of Ty Morosco. Brian Dees and the number 17, gonna pick up an 11th starting spot for MFRD Racing. And to his outside, the double I of Gordon Larson Jr. Starting in 13th tonight, it's going to be the 66, the Iceberg, Chris Berg. And in 14th spot tonight, the 10 out of MFRD Motorsports, driven by Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Starting in 15th tonight, the Speed Mafia number 33, driven by John Perkins. And to his outside, the Pit Lizard Performance number 4, driven by Larry Bell. Starting 17th tonight out of TNA Motorsports, it's the 3 of Corey Sherman. And to his outside, it's the 27 of Hunter Lagunas. Starting in 19th again out of TNA Motorsports, it's the 89, the Lone Dutchman, Philip Van Vliet. And to his outside, it's Team 5 Motorsports, number 29, Trevor Harmon. Starting 21st tonight, in the 12, it's going to be Mark Arthur. To his outside, the 9 of Jason Bauer. Starting 23rd, TNA Motorsports zone number 8, Amanda Sherman. Mike Massengill starts on shotgun on the field. And here we go for the first time tonight, green flag racing. Dylan Banks takes the lead, heading into turns 1 and 2. A good shot from the outside. Cody Heinzman tries to catch back up, but he's got a ways to go. Dalton Kilrow on the outside, holding on to second.
I apologize, Chris. I wanted to share out Corey's live stream, as we have a yellow on the speedway already. But I was saying, I was wanting to share out Corey Sherman's live stream there so people can get a raw POV of the Milwaukee Mile tonight if they would like.
Well, I don't know. And based on that caution, I don't know what you're going to see.
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
I literally
you got the 10 car way outside. He comes in, makes contact with the 3. Around the 3 goes, inside a wall. And, Massengill makes a nice move to miss it, but unfortunately puts his car into the wall. Caution number 1.
See what happens, Chris, when I try to be nice. I try to promote Corey, and look what happens.
You know, yeah. It's a good-looking number 3, or at least it was. I do like that car. Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilrow, Chris Carroll, Jamie Walker, your top 5. Here under caution, lap number 3 of 190. Early caution tonight, and that does not bode well for the 10 caution limit. I don't think that's gonna I don't think it's gonna fly. We were talking about it before the race, Tanner. This car on this track with this setup, very, very snap loose. But I don't think that's what happened. It looked like the 10 got into the wall, came down into Corey. Corey lost it, hit the inside retaining wall. Then Mike Massengill was involved, and oh boy.
It sucks because there was nothing Corey really could do there, right? And I know Corey was in here early tonight. He was doing practice, so he basically spent an hour of his time and didn't get to play the laps. That's heartbreak for the 3. Heartbreak for Massengill. Hell, it's heartbreak for Taylor, even though I'm trying to see what does Taylor look like. Taylor looks to be okay.
Yeah, his car is okay. He just kind of went up towards the wall. I think he got tight, and he woed it up, and then him and Corey got together, and it was lights out.
All she wrote from there. That sucks for Corey. As I really, right whenever the caution came out, I was hitting post or to share his live stream link. That's funny. Not funny, but funny timing how it worked out. I hate it for him, though.
Well, we are lined back up into columns of 2. Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go back under the green flag for the second time here tonight. See if we can't get this thing going under some green flag laps. Remember, stage 1 going to end at the end of lap number 30 tonight. It's going to be Bank and Heinzman making up row number 1. Last time, Banks had the outside and was able to take the lead. Can Heinzman do the same thing from the outside row? Pace cars off. Green flag is out.
Banks gets a great launch. That's actually a good enough launch to maybe pull Dalton Kilrow to the inside of the 51. It does indeed. That low line, I think, is the preferred lane. But that outside lane, if you can maintain like Cody's doing here, he's going to get a great run on the backstretch.
Cody Hines. Oh, the 41 gets loose. Look out. Dalton Kilrow holds on to it.
That was scary. That was scary. Dalton just got out of the gas and lost a lot of positions, but he saved his race car.
Yeah, he did a great job still in the side of the top 10. Dalton Kilrow in 10th. Could have been much, much worse. Top 4 now, Banks, Heinzman, Carroll, and Walker. As we are under that green flag. Let's get some heat into these tires and see if this car gets any better. Banks, Heinzman, and Carroll, your top 3. Separation to Jamie Walker in 4th spot. Brian Zimmerman in 5th, but maybe under attack a little bit from the 24. Sam Lawson was looking to the inside, decided better of it. How about RT76? Rick Thompson up 1 spot into the 7th spot. Ping right behind him. Got to go back a little bit of a ways to see some side-by-side action. It is the double aught of Gordon and Larson Jr. and the 27 of Hunter Lagunas. They're side-by-side, and right behind them, Philip Van Vliet making a pass. Mark Arthur looking to the inside of Van Vliet. Mark's trying to make it a twofer. On the inside, this track does play in his hands a little bit. Oh, we got something going on. Iceberg gets a little slow, and that caused a stack up, but everybody keeps it going.
That was close to a moment right there. Chris, I'm being quiet right now. I'm trying to get my SDK updated, as now we have a yellow.
Sam Lawson bringing out the caution. That yellow and gray car being called out. Let's go back and see what happened. Lawson right behind Zimmy. And around she goes. Oh, Ty Morosco did a great job staying out of it. So did Mark Arthur. 2 cars that could have just as easily been involved. And just like that, caution number 2.
They say it. Cautions breed cautions.
Gail, I hope you and Rich are doing great tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully the weather is good out there. So Dylan Banks and Cody Heinzman are going to line up once again. Last time on the restart, Dylan had a bit of an advantage. Can Cody figure out the restart schedule of that number 48?
48, he owns the cards there, right? He knows when he's going to fire. Everybody else just has to try to react to it as quick as they can.
Yeah, typically the guy right behind the leader has the best seat in the house.
That's the catbird seat. That's where I want to be. If I'm not the leader, I would love to be third or fifth. I'd even take fifth. But you are not wrong on third.
One good thing about being on these slightly shorter tracks is the cautions don't last very long, but here we are under caution number 2 in the first 12 laps of this thing. Yikes. Good to hear that, Gail. Very good to hear that. Cars are filing into rows of 2. Restart is set. Getting ready to go. Less than a mile before we fall back under the green flag.
Just a touch base on the bracket. What we have right now, I know it's early. Cody Hines and Chris Carroll, second and third. That's the biggest bracket matchup of the week right there, and they're running second and third as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing.
We'll be checking in on the bracket all night long, but right now, Heinzman and Carroll. That's the first battle off track. On track, it's Banks and Heinzman. Here we go. Green flag is out once again. And what a start once again for the 48. This time the 99 side by side with Cody Heinzman. And Chris Carroll is going to take over second spot. Carroll has it coming out of 2, and down the back stretch they go. Corey's saying he needs a break. I think what he needs to do is just take it a little bit more easy out there. No breaks for somebody who's a championship contender.
Just going through a little rut right now. A lot of drivers had that this season, right? There's a lot of drivers that's had some down times. Bounce back. That 3 car can definitely bounce back and contend for another championship or a championship 4.
Now, one thing's for sure, you can't find championship form if you're not out there. Right now, it's Mark Arthur side by side with a 17. Oh, we're going 3 wide. Mark Arthur to the inside, Perkins in the middle, and on the outside, it's the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees. And the 17 is going to lose on that affair.
Did not like that move, but it didn't work out for the 12. He's charging forward.
Up 11 spots is Mark Arthur into the top 10.
Remember, he butchered the second lap of his qualifying, folks, so did not get a time for the second lap. But he was second in practice in regards to the fastest lap. So he has good pace, good speed for the 12. Just need the track position back now.
Speaking of good speed, look at this. The 99 on the outside, trying to put a challenge to the 48 of Dylan Banks. Not going to be able to get there. Cody Heinzman firmly to the inside now. Heinzman looking for second.
So the second the 99 tried to make a pass on the 48, that opened the door for the 51. Now we have a battle for the race lead. It looks like heating up. 51 trying to get to the inside of the 48, and I think he might be able to get there. Not this time. 48 closed the door on him.
Door was slammed shut, and the 51 has to reemerge and rethink his plan of action. 1, 2, and 3, bumper to bumper, going down the backstretch.
I think Dylan knows Cody is nice. Cody's really nice. Don't want to wreck no cars, but man, oh man, it seems early to be closing the door like that. Don't want to make somebody angry this early in the race.
No, certainly not. But I think those two drivers just kind of love driving together. I don't think they're going to do anything on purpose. Caution flag is out.
I feel a rivalry brewing from those top three. But look at our top four right now. That's the top four I feel like in the series currently. As caution's back out.
Trevor Harmon in the 29 out of Team 5. Let's take a peek. The 29 was about mid-pack, maybe just past mid-pack, and all by himself, but no damage. No damage whatsoever, able to keep the nose off from that inside retaining wall.
Wow, he missed that retaining wall just barely.
So just like that, caution number 3.
Want to bunch the field back up, and
if you haven't selected no yet in that poll, you may want to.
Might want to do so now, right? As Chris, now this makes for a very interesting end to this stage, as we're going to have, I believe, 6-7 lap shootout here to the end of the stage.
Let's see. Stage is going to end at the end of lap number 30. It's currently working. Lap number about to be 21. Figure 2 more laps and then we'll be under green. So I think maybe like 6 or 7 laps.
Something
Still
like
going to be a shootout though.
Little shootout though. About 6-7 miles to determine who's going to get stage 1 winning points, which is 10 points. And we know Dylan Banks. He's charging hard. I talk about it on Facebook, on social media all throughout the week. That 48 wants to get into the top 16 playoff bubble. It's going to take good finishes and stage points. Because as he stands now, I can't remember the gap, but I can go look and figure it out. But I know there's only 5 races remaining for him, so it's becoming go time. He's about 160 points out right now currently of the playoffs. As let's await to see if lights go off on the pace car this time by or not. It's hard to tell from this camera angle. They do not, so the light's still on the General Neutral pace car. As folks, if you are watching and you haven't already, hit the thumbs up button. Helps us out a ton here at TSP. We're also on the grind. We are straight digging, head down digging, trying to get 1,000 subscribers here on our channel. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Never miss a single lap of the action. As we're coming live to you, I believe, 4 nights out of the week right now.
Yeah, not just hit that subscribe button, but don't be afraid to post it on social media and see if somebody else might be into some quality racing here during the week.
Exactly. Helps us out a ton as we're chugging along. It's been fun, and it's I know it's more fun to be had down the road too.
Cars are going to line up this time, next time by, I believe. Oh no, pace car lights are off right now, so starting order is correct. Here we go, getting ready to go green, just under a mile to go.
On Race Chatter today, we had Dylan Banks and Cody Heinzman, and Dylan Banks straight up said, I will do anything to win stage 1.
Oh boy.
He said stage 2, he wasn't as worried about that. He would rather have the track position after stage 2. So but he wants to win this first stage. Gets to get the maximum 10 points.
Scrubbing their tires, making sure they're clean, making sure the tire pressures are as good as they're going to get. Pace car getting ready to come down pit road to launch these cars off for a little 6-lap shootout. Here we go. Green flag is out. Chris Carroll with the inside shot. Going to take over second spot. We saw this play out before.
That inside car, just like you mentioned earlier, has such an advantage. He can see when the leader's firing off right there on this bumper.
Too wide for sixth spot between the 76 and the 28. Rick Thompson, Brian Zimmerman side by side.
RT76, he needs the points. I think that's where you're going. He needs the points right here, the stage points.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. And look at him, just 2 cars behind. It's Mark Arthur to the top 8. 8th spot, looking for 7. Mark Arthur is there.
He's definitely figured something out. He's not a fan of the car, we know that. But I think he's definitely either figured something out with the car or he loves this track. And I know he loves the flat tracks, right? He loves New Hampshire. So I think it's a little bit of maybe both. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did not give a lot of clearance on the 28. He brought that car up, and there wasn't a piece of paper between them, but no harm, no foul. Zimmerman gave just enough room. And
That's
Rick
the stuff,
Thompson.
though, Mark can afford to do really right now. Mark needs great finishes, good finishes at least. He don't need to put himself at risk at all. But look at Rick Thompson to the inside of Jamie Walker.
Yeah, I started to see that about a half a lap ago. Rick Thompson is on the march. RT76 looking to try and get up towards the front. Oh, 12 car gets loose. Hard into the wall. Caution.
I don't understand. 12 car don't have a front nose on the car now. Junk 81 of Ping was involved as well. Just got loose. It looked like stepped out on him.
Man, oh man, oh man.
You can't make it up.
If it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have no luck at all. Mark Arthur in the modified, and I'm sure he's got the meatball flag going right now. Let's go back and take a peek. Mark Arthur just coming out of the corner, and you see the car give the slightest of wiggles, and man.
It was such a quick little twitch. Look, it snaps just instantly. He's loose, and it just grabs instant.
Yeah, and that front end's not happy.
No, that car needs more than a jig. It's done. That car's done, I believe.
Yeah.
That was a lick for the 12. That's heartbreak right there because he had a fast car, and he knew it. He was making passes.
He had the speed figured out, and the car bit him anyway.
I mean, Chris, he started 21st, I believe, and he was up, what was it, 7th, I believe? 6th, 7th, something like that?
Yeah. 7th spot to, I don't know if he's out of the race, but he is certainly done for a little while. Heartbreak Hotel, out of the 12 camp. And this is going to be the stage to top it all off. The stage is going to end here under caution. Dylan Banks, Chris Carroll, Cody Heinzman. Dalton Kilrow made his way back up to 4th after having that early glitch. Rick Thompson to 5th. Jamie Walker, Ty Morosco, Brian Dees, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Gordon Larson Jr. in the double aught round out the top 10. Just an absolute heartbreaker.
Yeah, that sucks for Miss Connie, Lori. I know they were loving seeing the 12 car pull forward like that. That's the first time I remember this season Mark was truly on offense for a while there. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign for Mark. I know it sucks to have the wrecked car, but he had good speed.
But the pressure is on. He came in tonight 16th in points. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. The pressure, he cannot afford another slip up from now till the end of the regular season.
I would say as they run currently, I bet he's not 16th in the points right now if the points was to go in.
Yeah,
I know the gap was really right. I think he was actually tied with Jason Bauer. I'm pretty sure they were tied at 482 coming into tonight. I mean, the points are just tight all around for everybody, really.
Corey Sherman's fun fact of the night: pit road box lines don't line up with your box. And that's awful confusing.
I noticed it a while ago when I was watching when they went down pit road. They definitely do not.
Well, getting ready for stage number 2. Stage 2. Going to end at the end of lap number 76. Pace car lights are off. It's getting ready to bring it down pit road so we can go back under the green flag. Here we go. Dylan Banks takes off once again. The battle's going to be for second spot. Cody Heinzman is going to take it through turns 1 and 2 and hold on to it as the 99 slips back to third. RT76 Rick Thompson has made his way into the top 5. Jamie Walker right behind him. Not a ton of pit stops there after that first stage break. Oh, the one car woes up, and that takes TBB back a little bit. But now gains it back going. He's going to go around the inside of the 1, and on the outside, it's the double lot. Look out.
That is the hornet's nest right there. As they get it sorted out.
If Lori can't cheer for her brother, she's cheering for the 48. Dylan Banks, your current race leader. The 51 trying to find a way there.
Oh, Chris, back in the pack. Chris Berg gets sent around. I think he had a little bit of help. We stayed green on the track, but yes, Chris Berg, I believe in the 66 was the car I seen go around.
Yeah, he is. He's slow to get back up to speed. We're going to go back real quick and see if we can't figure out what happened there. He was to the inside of the 8 car.
I probably shouldn't have said he had help without knowing it for certain. This is what it looked like.
No, sir. He did not require any help whatsoever. He went around on his own. Back live. He is back up to full song. Dylan Banks continues to lead the way. It's Banks, Heinzman, and Kilrow. Chris Carroll has fallen back to 4th spot, and Rick Thompson is right on his tail. Rick Thompson has been racing like a ball of fire the last several weeks, and right now he's in 5th spot looking for more.
He's a driver that's determined, and it shows. He is hounding Chris Carroll right now.
I love to see it. I'm not going to lie. Love to see this out of Rick Thompson. I love to see the aggression. Dalton Kilrow doing a great job. He had fallen back about halfway or half pack and has made his way back up to 3rd spot. So Dalton Kilrow doing a great job here on this short track.
He did a good job getting his spot back. Remember, we saw him get loose earlier. He saved the car, went back to about 10th, but he's climbed back up at a track that's actually really hard to pass at. We haven't really talked about that a lot, but you see Cody Heinzman trying to work over our race leader, Dylan Banks. You got one lane basically here.
And Heinzman might be a little bit quicker, but no place to go. Fun fact for Dalton Kilrow and Brian Dees, both drivers, I was told prior to the race starting, did the 24-hour race last night. They are exhausted, but here they are, not missing a Sunday night for BPL.
This is a tough track to come to after a 24-hour race. You're on the brakes a lot here. You got to be hyper focused at a track like this because there's not a lot of room for error.
41 right now, doing a very good job holding on to third spot. Just 2 guys ahead of him. Newcomers to the league. Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman.
I think as it currently stands, that may be your new 1-2 in the power rankings if they was to finish like this right now.
Yeah.
Those guys have come on, and, I mean, Chris Carroll winless since they've came here, right? That speaks volumes. Those guys are fast.
Yeah, they are definitely increasing the skill level needed here in BPL.
I like it, but I would like to see Kilrow and them get up there and show them that BPL is going to fight back too, right? Because they're the rookies right now. We need our veterans to step up here too. And Kilrow looks like he's doing that. He's holding pace with them right now. Got a little bit of gap between him and second place Cody Heinzman, but that gap was developing whenever he was battling Chris Carroll for third. He's catching Heinzman. He's closed the gap now.
Yeah, Heinzman had a little bit of a bobble mid-corner, and Dalton was able to get to the back bumper, but you see how fast Heinzman is, able to kind of put some separation there again. Don't worry about our veterans, though, folks, because I will tell you, our veterans, they're not giving up. They're learning. And it's exactly, you need this in a league. You need some young guns to come in and start dominating. It's going to put some pressure on our veterans and make them better.
Absolutely.
And I promise
now,
you it's happening.
I want to also say the 51 and 48, they love this next-gen car. They're fond of it. They've done a lot of races in it. Dalton and them, they haven't done as many, right? They're still learning. They're learning every week with this car, what they can do, what they can't do.
The 12 car, if you didn't see, is back out on track. Quick work of that from the Barbie team.
I am shocked. I knew he would come back and get it fixed, but I just thought the required damage would be longer than that.
Oh, I did too. I was figuring about a half an hour.
Right. It
Out of
like
the way he goes, though, it may not be up to full song quite yet. It may need some further repairs, but Mark getting out of the way of the race leaders, Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, and Dalton Kilrow. Chris Carroll sits in the 4th spot, RT76 in 5th. A little bit of separation between 4th and 5th. And then a much bigger separation from 5th place back to 6th place, Jamie Walker. Walker holding station right where he started tonight, 6th spot.
So I was actually riding on board with Jamie before you even brought that up. It looks like he's just cool, calm, collected. He's on a Sunday drive. He's not pushing the car one bit. He's being steady Eddie in at number 88.
Yeah, I don't think it's time to start worrying about that right now. I think right now you just got to kind of run your race, get the points that you can, and worry about pushing a little bit later on in this race. It's a long one, still over about 156 laps to go.
And you think about it with Jamie, he's pretty secure in the playoffs, right? He's not gonna have to come out here and focus on stage points. He's running 6. That's still a few stage points, but I think he's thinking big picture here. And that's exactly what I would expect out of Jamie, right? That's exactly what he does.
Yeah. High intelligence driver right there. Up front, though, it is still Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, and Kilrow. Top 3 have separated themselves from the 4th place driver of Chris Carroll. So Carroll finds himself in a kind of an odd situation where he's not holding pace with the race leaders.
I'm wondering if that's by design by him, if he's also maybe going a little bit easier than our top 3 is. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell, really. But with somebody like Jamie Walker, I could tell instantly just by the way the cockpit looked and how it sounded. But Carroll, when I jumped on board, he looks like he's trying to get after it.
Oh, a little bit of wiggle out of the 41, but able to hold on. So Kilrow may be starting to press that car just a little bit more, as Heinzman may be giving up a little bit to the 48 of Dylan Banks right now.
You mentioned after the stage break, not a whole lot of takers on pit road. Sam Lawson, he pit on lap 21. Remember, he was involved in the incident. I sent to the back. He's currently running 10th. He's the guy or the driver up the furthest on a different strategy than our race leader. The rest of the field basically did not pit. I want to see if the fresh tires will come in for Sam as these laps keep clicking off or not here.
I'm going to say he's probably gotten all he's going to get on fresh tires. And at this point, they're probably fairly equal with like the tires that the 10 of TBB has. Mark Arthur out there again, several laps down, but the speed out of the 12 car doesn't seem too bad. We don't know how the handling is. Certainly that's something to think about, but look at this. He's able to keep it way further down. He's actually going to be going around the 24.
Sam pushed really tight there. I thought he was actually going to get the outside wall a little bit. Not sure what happened with the 24. Look at, he's shoving off in there again, pushing again in the corner.
Yeah, that car not happy right now. Driving it just a little bit too hard into the corner, Tanner, and that's what makes that car push up like that.
Right. So the car's not happy. I think the driver's not too. I think he's over driving right now. Maybe mad in the cockpit.
I think so. You know, when you're in the car, you want it to do certain things. When it doesn't do it, you try to make it do it even more. And that is the worst thing you can do, because that's just going to make the car even more upset. Up top, though, it's still Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman. Heinzman's still holding pace with the 48. It looks like the 41 may separate off from that a little bit. And Chris Carroll has fallen way back, almost to the grips of one RT76, Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson right on the back bumper here of the 99.
Just waiting for a mistake. If the 99 is going to make a mistake, RT76 is going to try to be right there to pounce on it.
Well, he's looking good right now. Rick Thompson is, he came in to disrupt the top 14, 16 in points, and by God, he is really trying. Speaking of really trying, Cody Heinzman, as we go under yellow. And it looks like it may be the 4 car. Oh, it is.
I think this is what's hurting Cody Heinzman's chances to make a pass. These yellows are just hurting him. See what happens to Belsky.
Oh, man. Larry Bell's car is all kinds of tore up. It's got some toe issues and some camber and some caster issues. Let's go back and see what happened to the 4 car. Oh, boy. There's nobody around him. That means only one thing.
That looks really weird.
Boom. Hard right front into the wall. And then he gassed it, pancaked the side of it. And that car is hurt.
From like the outside looking in, like TV1 camera angle, it looked like a real life crash where a driver blows a right front and just takes straight off to the wall. It just took off on him right there. Hard lick.
Well, we've got some strategy going now. Top 7 cars staying out. Everybody on back came in. Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, Dalton Kilroe, TBB, Brian Dees, John Perkins, Jamie Walker, Dustin Ping, Trevor Harmon, Chris Berg, Amanda Sherman, Larry Bell. Well, Larry Bell was caused the caution, but all of those drivers coming down pit road. And every single one of them to a person. Tanner took tires.
This race just got really, really interesting but complicated because you got some fast guys going to be middle of the pack. Right now, how accurate it is, I couldn't tell you, but live scoring and timing has Banks scored in 8th. Looks like he's going to be 7th, so
yeah, he
don't have the track position anymore.
Rick Thompson bringing it down pit road on second thought.
I don't like that for Rick either. He's going to lose a lot of track position here.
Yeah, my thought is if you hadn't come down, you got to stay out, take your lumps,
right?
Come down at the stage, yeah. But now you just gave up all kinds of track position. That's going to hurt bad. He's going to restart somewhere around the 17th, 18th mark. And, that's terrible. I don't think I would have made that call.
And the guys in front of him are on fresh tires up to the top 7, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be hard to make passes.
Yep. Chris Carroll stays out. He's got the race lead as of right now. Sam Lawson, Brian Zimmerman, Gordon Larson, and Philip Van Vliet.
If you was on the box calling the race right there, Chris, would you brought your driver down, or would you let him stay out for track position?
Depends on where they are. Dylan Banks, Cody Heinzman, anybody inside of the top 5, I think I would have said stay out.
Right.
Everybody else, I say come back in. Yep.
I think track position is so important. So important.
And not to mention, those are drivers that, have kind of proven time and time again that new tires, old tires, doesn't much matter to them. They're going to have speed. But now, top 6 drivers are going to be on old tires. 7th on back, going to be on new tires as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Restart is imminent as the pace car lights are off, heading through turns 3 and 4 right now. Pace car getting ready to take that left-hand turn. And it does. Chris Carroll has control of the field. He stacks them up, hits the go pedal. Oh, that was a really smart restart out of Chris Carroll. I'm going to say that right now. Zimmy from the 3rd spot is going to take over 2nd. The 24, Sam Lawson on the outside, not going to go. Here comes the 1 and the 00. Gordon Larson and Ty Morosco. Morosco right now in 5th spot. Behind him, it's the 51 of Cody Heinzman. Heinzman looks to the inside, and Banks having issues.
Banks was
almost. The 51
Cody
goes around. Oh my God! Caution on the track.
This all started, this entire stack up. I believe Banks got into Van Fleet pretty hot and heavy, or D's, one of the two. Man, oh man, that's a wreck that took forever to build.
Okay, here we go. We're going to try and break this one down. The 51 gets underneath the 1. That's no problem. The 1 gets loose. He hits the 51, the 41 into the 51, and then the 33 into the 51. And throughout that whole thing, all hell is just breaking loose.
So that wreck there with Cody had...
Another driver that got hard hits into that one, the 88 of Jamie Walker. Walker missing a front end. Wow. Ty Morosco missing a front end. Oh, this just changed the race. It just changed the whole race.
That's what happens. If you're up front, you got to pit. Some people stay out. You get put in that hornet's nest. That sucks for the catch-up man here.
Cody Heinzman bringing it down pit road for repair. The only thing I can say is, while he did get tagged a couple of times, I don't think either one of them was really that hard. The 9 car of Bauer going to get his lap back. So Jason Bauer right now doing a good job. He's actually ahead of Mark Arthur, and it's going to show in the points coming into next week.
Absolutely.
If Bauer can just finish this race, he's going to find himself in the top 16 in points.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What a run for Bowers this season. He has had it, hits and runs and all kinds of things, and yet going to find himself top 16 in points. On top of the board right now, it's the 99 of Chris Carroll, Brian Zimmerman, and Sam Lawson make out your top 3. Then it's Gordon Larson and Dalton Kilroy. Kilroy, one of the guys that got into the 51 of Heinzman just a little bit. You see slight damage to the front end of that vehicle. John Perkins in the 33. He is holding station in number 6. Dylan Banks right behind him, 7th. In 8th, it's TBB. Brian Dees in 9th. And Dustin Ping. Going to round out that top 10. Philip Van Vliet sits in 11th spot. So Morosco, Walker, Heinzman, and a bunch of others all involved in this latest caution.
Just went back to watch something I was saying before, when the caution came out. Banks and Van Fleet, they had themselves a little bit of a battle. Banks got to the inside of them 3 and 4 and kind of shoved up the track. They were hard racing, right? 3 wide. Hell of a save for Van Fleet. I don't know how he didn't wreck that car.
Oh, the Lone Dutchman right now sits in 11th spot. We get ready to go back under the green flag. And the 88 of Jamie Walker all tore up. Heinzman has all of his panels, but we'll see what he's got for speed as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Coming out of 4. Green flag is out.
That pace car just yanks to the pit road. Crazy. Chris Carroll gets a great launch. The governor went around once tonight, but digging back to the inside, it looks like he's going to take over P2, back away, and don't look now, but here comes the 41 at Kilrow, also bringing Dylan Banks in tow behind him.
Dalton Kilrow was going to be behind the 28 of Zimmerman, but decided better of it, takes the inside. Dalton Kilrow looking for third, but he's got to get around Zimmy. And
I think we're seeing right here, the tires matter. The tires definitely matter. Kilrow just like he's able to rotate way better, can put that car anywhere he wants. But
caution on the track.
Tires don't matter one iota under yellow.
Rick Thompson.
No.
Having problems, may have gotten into Cody Heinzman. Let's go back. Rick Thompson. Just behind a 3 wide situation. Oh, Iceberg gets into Van Vliet. Van Vliet goes up, and the 76-51 make contact and hard into the wall. That one started way in front of the 51. Somehow, he got whacked. Oh, Rick Thompson, I guarantee you, is not a happy camper right now.
I'd say there's a lot of 4-letter words being shouted upon right now.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet there is.
I mean, you've highlighted it, and I've highlighted it. Rick wanted to come in here and mess up the top 16. He came into tonight 18th in the points.
We've got somebody in the infield care center just coming out. It's Ty Morosco, driver of the number 1. Ty, it's Chris and Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
I have you.
All right, bud. Hey, look, the number 1 sitting on pit road, heavy damage. What's going on?
Probably totaled. Definitely just got loose out of the corner, battling. It all started kind of coming down pit road. I came down pit road and a lot of stuff was happening, and I didn't hear a countdown or nothing into my box. Missed the box, and then drove straight through. They just came out, and it felt pretty fast towards the end before that caution. So I felt good, and just maybe being on the outside there got me a little more loose than I thought it would, and I got into the 51, and it just sent my car up the track, and then it's just right in front of the whole field. Nothing we can do, but it's been a frustrating few months for this number 1 MFRD Ford Mustang team. We've been struggling. I feel like we've been wrecked, or getting wrecked, or wrecking, or causing wrecks, or not having good finishes. So hope to get take this into the All-Star break next. Take this in, maybe have a good run there, and move on, really.
Well, listen, the 1 car won the very first race of the season. You owe Tanner 2 more wins this season. Is it going to happen?
I hope so. Something's got to turn around. I feel like in the beginning of the season, I don't know if it was we had some speed. I don't know if it was just being ahead of everybody that wasn't used to the car yet. And then now now we got guys in here that are really good in the car, and it's pushing us to maybe overdrive a little bit. I don't know. Plus the string of tracks weren't that great for car handability. Not saying I can't drive a loose car or a tight car, but just definitely this car reacts differently at those tracks than the other cars have. So it's definitely a learning process. But we had to Kentucky and Chicagoland and the next points races, and we should look to hopefully be fast there, get back to more cookie cutter, just kind of normal tracks. Might be able to have some speed there and pull out a win.
Are you gonna have to practice?
Well, the thing is, I do practice. The thing is, like I used to just never practice. I mean, that's where the nickname came from. But the thing is, I do practice. Yeah, I don't put as many hours as most of these guys probably, or some of these guys. But I mean, it's just feeling the car out. I race it on another night. But all around, I mean, this isn't even this league. I feel like in all my leagues, I've just hit a slump and don't see the end. You just got to keep racing and pull through, and eventually you'll make it through the other end.
All right, Ty. Well, hopefully we see you back out there. We're about to go back into the green, so if not tonight, maybe next time we'll see you out there. Ty Morosco, driver of the number 1 car, and we go back under the green flag. Chris Carroll holds on to the race lead, and the 24 does something we haven't seen all night long. Tanner, he was able to get down to the inside lane and hold on to position.
He was the first guy to hold on to that second place position. But going back to that Ty interview, he's disappointed. You heard in his voice. He said it's been a rough few months after starting out the season with a race win. But definitely looking to right the ship. Look at the 41, looking to the inside of the governor. We have a battle here for P2.
The 29 doing a fine job keeping this thing under the green. He almost lost it, but held on. Dalton Kilroe now sits in the second spot right behind Chris Carroll.
I did see a car back there in my peripherals. He was dancing. He was wiggling. I didn't know who it was. It's a good job by Harmon.
Side-by-side racing for third spot. It's going to be Dylan Banks, Sam Lawson. Banks on the inside, going to take the spot away. Dylan Banks back up to third spot. Those new tires seem to be working.
Look at the 33 of John Perkins. Back up to fifth here. Had to pit because he was involved in that incident, I guess. But look at him. Already up to P5. Perkins is the real deal, folks. 33 is looking bad here tonight. Looking bad fast.
Next stage going to end at the end of lap number 76. Chris Carroll leads the way. Dalton Kilroe looks like he may have figured something out with this 41 tonight. He is fast. And Dylan Banks sits in that third spot. Look out for him. Cody Heinsman, just trying to check in on him real quick. Sorry, Tanner, but that damage doesn't seem to have affected that 51 too terribly, as right now he is fighting with 11th spot and makes that pass happen. Cody Heinsman back up to 11th position. And it looks like Rick Thompson may be bringing it down. Oh, no, he is not. He's just that down on speed. I thought he was going to be bringing it down pit road.
I thought he was going down pit. I thought he was pitting there. As the fresh tires are working, Dalton Kilroe up front, trying to make a pass to the car. He gets tight. Did you see that car take off on him, Chris?
Goodness. May have carried just too much speed. Oh, the 48.
Oh, Banks.
Oh my gosh, it is starting to happen. These guys can taste the points for the stage end, and they are overdriving the hell out of these cars. And that's what it is. Folks, that's what it has. When you start seeing a car push up in the middle of a corner like that, there's only one thing that you can attribute that to, and that's speed. And now the 41 and the 99. Contact going into the corner. The 41 may have let it off just a little bit, but not going to happen again as the 41 and the 99 go side by side. And that lap goes to Dalton Kilroe. Dalton Kilroe led that lap. Chris Carroll now in second spot, and Kilroe's got the speed with those 4 new tires.
Now, what's Carroll going to be able to do? Can he stay with the 41 here? I bet Carroll feels like he may have got roughed up a little bit. There's a little contact made. I love it here in the broadcast booth. That's hard racing. Kilroe, man, front and center, 41 out front.
When there's only one place to pass, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
It's elbows out. We're racing, right? We're not on the interstate.
Back further in the field, Brian Dees he's just doing what he's been doing all season long. Tanner, he's quietly sitting there running in fourth position right behind Dylan Banks.
This is it right here. This is the theme of Brian Dees, and I feel like I disrespect him in the power ranks, and I don't do it on purpose. He just flies under the radar. He's quiet, but he just chugs along, and he's there at the end.
Again, Brian Dees and Dalton Kilrow running a 24-hour event last night on iRacing. Tonight, here they are running for Blazing Pedals. Hard-nosed racers, and they're getting it done. Up top, it is the 41 of Dalton Kilrow looking to capitalize on all of the bonus points for stage number 2.
Pit road closed last time by. That tells me it's coming. That stage break. Remember, it's at the end of lap number 76. So this lap that they're taking here, I believe.
Yep, one more time around. Caution will fly one way or another. Hopefully it's just under racing conditions. That'd be a nice change.
Absolutely.
And look at the gap the 41 has put on the 99. You want to talk about tires making a difference? There it is. 3/4 of a second since the 41 was able to get around Chris Carroll.
But you know, to be fair here, Dalton's on quite a bit fresher tires than Carroll. Carroll's had 76 laps on his tires. He's hanging in there pretty good. Yeah, Dalton's clearly faster, right? But Carroll's still holding pretty good pace there in the 99.
Yeah, I think if you would have seen some more laps, you would have seen that extend out a little bit
keep
more.
Extending a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Last time by, Kilrow was able to run a 31.18. Carroll ran a 31.30. That is the difference in those tires. Dylan Banks down on speed just a little bit. They're a 31.20 the last time by. So the caution flag waves, this time not due to a caution, but due to the end of stage number 2. It's Kilrow, Carroll, Banks, Dees, Lawson. Cody Heinzman's made his way back up to 6th spot. Brian Zimmerman 7th. Dustin Ping, Chris Berg, and TBB rounds out the top 10. Another guy that has been quiet, but solidly in that championship hunt is the 10 car. Now, what are we going to do about pit road? It looks like maybe everybody's going to come. Oh, Carroll right on the back bumper of the 41.
Did you see? Yeah, you caught that too. He was trying to maximize that pit entry, and that's a risky game to play. You get caught speeding like that.
Look at the lines. Boy, Corey was not joking. They do not line up whatsoever.
It's not even close. Not even close to lining up here. Absolutely insane.
I mean, the 51 has the best box of them all.
He's actually in between them.
Yeah.
So you can say that for him, right?
Few drivers opting not to come down pit road. Chris Carroll does win the battle off from pit road. Then it's going to be Cody Heinzman, Sam Lawson, Brian Zimmerman, Chris Berg, TBB, Gordon Larson, Amanda Sherman, Jason Bauer, Philip Van Vliet, and the rest have to finish up on pit road. What's going on with Dalton Kilrow?
Well, I just heard over the chat. He has a minute's worth of damage, but he's still able to win that stage. And Cody Heinzman said he has a minute and 30 seconds left of damage. So Heinzman and Kilrow both showing good speed, but they got damaged cars.
Dalton took his time and had that damage mostly repaired as he was in his pit stall for about 50 seconds. Heinzman didn't waste any time in the pit stall. Maybe thinking that damage, while it's a little over a minute, isn't that bad. He was just in there long enough to get 4 tires and fuel and go.
Yes, I guess the damage is not hurting Heinzman too much. Dalton said his car was really tight. We saw him getting to Carroll a little bit in the corner entry. Now, was that on Dalton, Carroll? I don't know. I just know they made contact. The damage for a minute didn't come from that contact, so Dalton was involved in the earlier wreck. But he won a stage. So, I mean, damage couldn't have been too bad, but he'd like to get it fixed.
110 laps to go as of right now. Stages are done. 18 votes, 66-8. No way is it going to go fewer than 10 cautions tonight. And at this point, I'm going to have to go ahead and agree with you. I've lost count. Let's go ahead and take a peek over here.
I'm going to guess 6. I've lost count too, though.
We're on 8.
Wow. Well, so 6 not counting stages, though, right?
Well, the first stage was actually under caution.
Dang it, Chris! You can't let me get no points here, can you?
I'm sorry.
I was just playing. Dylan Banks, man, front and center, back out front once again.
Yeah, Banks, Dees, Ping, Carroll, Heinzman, Lawson.
That's your top 5 as they stand currently.
Pace car lights are off. We're getting set to go back under the green flag. Remember, Dylan Banks on slightly older tires, about 26 laps. Him and Brian Dees on older tires. Here we go, under the green. Banks takes off. We're going almost 3 wide here for second spot. That's not going to happen, but Ping on the inside, challenging against the Soul Stealer.
We saw him get tight right there in the center of the corner, had to back out a little bit. That's what allowed the 99 to his outside. Now the 99's going to try to get clear. He does. That's the 81 and the 51 now do battle. That's the battle for 4th.
Yeah, the 99 being held up by the 17, gives a little tap to the bumper, tries to make him push up the track. He doesn't enough. So the 17 holds station in second spot. The 99 looking to the outside. Not going to happen there. Good run off from the corner for the 99. Will it be enough?
I saw him enter high, trying to get the crossover move to try to turn underneath. The 17 did not work that time by. Now he has to be wary, look in the mirror. The catch-up man, he's there now as well.
Ping having a little bit of issues. Backs up just a little bit. The 17 goes down low. The 99 going to go around along with Cody Heinzman. Heinzman now side by side with the 17. Going to be able to take it off the corner. High momentum stakes here for the 51. And Cody Heinzman finds his way back to 3rd.
Just want to remind everybody, he's been in not 1 but 2 wrecks.
So the 51, after having been involved in 2 cautions here, finds himself in 3rd. D's back to 4th. Up top, it's Dylan Banks and Chris Carroll. Carroll on those fresher tires along with Cody Heinzman.
Carroll's definitely faster, trying to apply the pressure to the 48, trying to force a mistake out of Dylan.
Will Dylan break or will he just bend? We're going to find out. Oh, the 99 right on the back bumper. They make touch. They touch.
He's shoving him. He's going to... I don't know how much longer they can do that with how loose these cars have looked all night.
Yeah, the 48 got a little bit sideways. The 99, very unlike him, getting into the back bumper, not really letting go. Now the 51 drops low.
I think
Cody
that's why
Heinzman looking for 2nd.
I think that's why it wasn't like him. He felt the pressure from the catch-up man. He knew he had to go. Was not able to make the pass over Banks. Now he's fighting for his life for P2.
Banks goes up high. The 2 cars behind him, side by side, heading into the corner. Turns 1 and 2, a battle for 2nd spot. Heinzman gets a little tight, has to back off, regains it, back to the power he goes. The 99 struggles coming off the corner.
These guys heard me say it's hard to pass, and they said, we'll put on a show for you with it. Side by side, sorry to walk over you again.
No problem at all, brother. What a battle here for 2nd spot across the line. Carroll had it, but any second now, Cody Heinzman could just take it away. Look out. On to the back stretch we go. Heinzman doing a great job. Heinzman keeping it down low. Down into the 3 and 4. Heinzman has him by a nose. Not going to be enough, I don't think, as the 99 of Chris Carroll battles back on the outside.
Heinzman, though, he's inching forward a little
Oh,
bit
he
further.
had it at the line. He had it at the line. Cody Heinzman took it at the line, but still, they battle side by side. The guy on the old tires, the leader, Dylan Banks, loving every minute of it, saying, use those tires up, boys.
Yeah, he is absolutely the biggest fan of this hard racing right here. He loves to see them two duking it out.
And I think Cody Heinzman may have thought the same thing as, correct me if I'm wrong, but it almost looked like he let the 99 go.
I think he absolutely did. He's smart. He realizes the 48's on old tires. I think the 48's on borrowed time out front. It's just a matter of a mistake now.
Yeah, you see the gap. It is gone now that these guys are running nose to tail. That 48 on those old tires, I think you're right. He is on a time bomb, and anything can happen. But that 99, again, looks to the outside. Not going to happen. The door gets closed by the 48 of Dylan Banks.
48 showed he don't care to block, right? We've seen it earlier. It was lap 1. He went to cut off a run, right? So we know he'll do it. You just got to be careful. You play a dangerous game when you do that.
Yeah, the 51 tight coming out of the corner that time. Out of 2, the 51 running a little tight. That side by side may have hurt those tires just a little bit on Cody Heinzman's number 51. And now the 99 goes down low and the 51 stays up high.
Looked like Chris got loose out of turn 4, trying to turn underneath the 48. Could not make it happen.
Heinzman thinks better of it, stays in that third position, goes nose to tail with Chris Carroll.
So Chris, just an update, on the fuel tonight. They can go about 100 laps even on fuel. So they still got to stop, right? There's still a stop involved here. So they got to make for fuel.
Yeah, definitely. 100 miles in the tank.
But from this moment on, basically, they can make it if they was to pit now.
That's true, yeah. So next stop could be the last stop. And I don't want to jinx anything, but all of a sudden we're running green flag runs. We were in the middle of one when the last caution came out for the stage break. Now we're into the middle of another. And Cody Heinzman in the 51, taking it to the inside once again of Chris Carroll. Heinzman powers out of turn number 2. Is it going to be enough? Carroll with that momentum on the outside, able to hold on so far, but going into 3 and 4, what's the 51 going to do? Lori's out there cheering everybody on. Oh, the 99 gets a little loose. Chris Carroll, a little bit of loose coming out of turn 4, may affect his entry into 1 and 2.
These guys are duking it out here, Chris. Neither one giving an inch, but you know what? They're not really touching each other. A little contact right there, but for the most part, they're keeping it clean. But they are racing just a mere inches apart.
Yeah, this is what we signed up for. This is racing. Top 3 cars within a car length of each other. Carroll on the outside holds the momentum. The 48 drops down low. Carroll on the outside continues to touch the accelerator pedal. He holds on to second.
I think Dylan Banks is stacking these two up just a little bit, and that's allowing them just to basically do battle right here behind him, to be the guy following the race leader.
The 48, I think, is the slowest of the top 3 cars, but you
100%.
can't get around him.
100%. He is absolutely, and he's not slow, but he's just not nearly as fast as those two behind him.
Checking in behind the top 3. How about Dalton Kilroe? He has made his way back up into the top 4. The 17 of Brian D's top 5. TBB running in 6th spot. Brian Zimmerman in 8th. Sam Lawson in 9th. Dustin Ping in, Sam Lawson in 8th. Ping in 9th. And Chris Berg rounds out the top 10. Then it's Gordon Larson, the damaged number 88. The Amp Energy Mountain Dew machine of Jamie Walker in the 12th position. John Perkins is running in the 13th spot. Trevor Harmon in the 29, running 14th. Philip Van Vliet in 15th spot. Amanda Sherman running 16th. Rick Thompson and that damaged number 76 running in the 17th spot. Got to put the pass on Amanda Sherman. They'll swap positions. And Jason Bauer holding station at 18th. Drivers a lap down. Mark Arthur, Ty Morosco, Larry Bell, Hunter Lagunas, Mike Massengill, and Corey Sherman, who was involved in that very first caution. And as we were away, Cody Heinzman has taken second away from Chris Carroll.
I was watching it as you were going through the field. It looked like Carroll basically said, all right, you go try your hand now at him. I can't pass him. Let's see if you can lead me through. And also I want to note, 11th and 12th, Gordon Larson is currently beating Jamie Walker in the bracket challenge, and they run 11-12. So it's a hell of a matchup. They're running right there beside each other.
Matchup right now, Bud on top. It's a battle for the race lead. I don't want to cut you off, but Cody Heinzman on the outside of Dylan Banks. They swap side by side. Oh, Banks goes sideways. The 99 goes sideways. Carroll into the inside retaining wall. No caution yet.
That's big damage, too, for the 99. Backed it up into that wall.
Chris Carroll gets it straightened out. No, oh, caution does finally come out. Caution on the field. It's the 99 of Chris Carroll. Big time damage to the rear end of that car. Oh, man. You remember the last time I said this race has changed? Well, it just changed again. Heavy, heavy, heavy damage for the 99. As Cody Heinzman had just taken over the race lead. The 48 got a little bit loose, and I think Carroll may have seen it, may have reacted to it, and Chris Carroll goes around inside retaining wall to the rear of the car.
I think you're spot on. This car, it's so on edge. He had to make a evasive maneuver, and it just went.
Oh, boy. Cody Heinzman stays out. Everybody else is coming in. Uh-oh.
He's in the worst position right there. I mean, that stinks, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Mark Arthur gets a lap back. I believe he is going to be scored 8 laps down now.
Mark passed Cody Heinzman for the lucky dog, and he said, ooh, we have a sitting duck out here. So basically what we're saying is Cody Heinzman being the race leader. If he would have went down, sure, some may have followed him, but they also could have stayed out. So then he's the only one to pit. And then he don't pit, everybody behind pits. So it's kind of screwed if you do, screwed if you don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that 10 or fewer is still up in the air, as right now we are serving caution number 9. 88 laps to go. 10 fewer than 10. So we're allowed up to 10. We're allowed one more. And then all of you people who voted no, 66% of you will have been right.
As race control just came down, EOL to the 48, so now we got another fast driver dropping to the back of the field.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I was curious how that was going to be called. I wasn't sure, really.
Well, Heinzman will have the race lead with Dalton Kilroe, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and Brian Zimmerman, and Sam Lawson rounding out the rest of the top 5. Should be getting ready to go here in just a couple of laps.
Just waiting to see what happens with the pace car lights this time by. Now, our heavy hitters having trouble. This really opens the doors for a lot of other drivers. I'm looking at TBB. Now he's sitting P3. Kilroe sitting outside row number 1. That's not exactly where you want to be at. It's a good track position to be second, but right now you're starting outside on the front row. It's not worked out great for most drivers. The governor made it work earlier. Can Kilroe do the same? Try to fall in right behind the 51. Does have a teammate in TBB starting right there in the catbird seat, sitting P3. Ryan Zimmerman P4, Sam Lawson 5th, and the So Stiller sitting 6th. That's rows 1, 2, and 3. As looks like the field, we're going back green this time. Green flag is out. 51 gets a good launch. Now the 41 does as well. Can he get in front of the teammate? TBB. He can indeed. Dalton gets down. So top 5, they sorted out. Brian Dees, Dustin Ping doing battle. That is for the 6th place spot, I do believe.
Yeah, Dees and Ping running for 6th spot. Dees on the outside trying to hold on.
Ooh, hearing reports, Dees got a black flag on that start. Trouble for the 17. I will let you know whether it gets clear or not, but
He may have advanced his position a little too soon if that's the case.
I do apologize. It was Banks, not Dees. I thought it was Dees in the voice. I haven't turned down. It was Dylan Banks, but race control did clear the black flag.
All right, Banks getting a little bit lucky right there. Check in on Chris Carroll's car. Oh, Carroll and Arthur get together. Will they save it? No, they do not. Carroll goes round again. Saw that one kind of on the live side. We'll go back. The 48 moves up, and I think that forced the 12 down. And when the 12 went down, of course, he gets into the 99. No love lost there between those two drivers. And, oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
And honestly, Mark had no place to go, right? That was not on Mark.
It's crazy. When they're in a rivalry, it's funny. You can't get away from them no matter what.
It's like there's magnets attached to those two cars.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane how it works out.
Okay, you're way more up on the bracket challenge than I am. I'm going to admit that. Who did you say Philip Van Vliet was going against here tonight?
He is matched up with the 41 of Kilrow.
Okay. That's not good. Who's Chris Carroll matched up with?
Cody Heisman, number 51.
Oh, boy. All right. What others do we have?
We got Gordon Larson, Jamie Walker, and Chris Berg, Rick Thompson. That's the matchups. And we also have Chris Carroll, Mark Arthur just going back at it on the radio right now. The rivalry, it's definitely heating up.
Yeah, somebody needs to get on the radio and just say, look.
Tom Freitas just did that. He just disabled the chat.
Yeah, good.
I'm here for it, Chris. I'm a broadcaster. I'm not out there on the track. I'm not involved. I'm here for it, brother.
I love it.
I love both guys. Both of them are really good friends, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, and neither one, I mean, I understand the frustration of the two of them meeting, but there was no place to go. There really wasn't.
Well, it was almost 4 wide, Hunt, at Milwaukee Mile. It's what it looked like whenever I peeked at it real quick.
Yeah. And I think once the frustration lays down, if they go back and look, they're going to see it. But hot heads, hot tempers, hot short track action. Here we are. DP up on chat. First thing he says, Corey, there's only one DP and it's not Ping. Mm-hmm. Can't be stealing my nicknames I'm giving out, guys. Lori, I kind of do too, but we got to try and keep the broadcast as PG friendly as we can. And I'm certain that this race has had moments where it was not.
Yeah, well, that definitely could not be played on the broadcast. Maybe Race Chatter. We may have to clip that one. I may have to clip it. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
Up top, it's Cody Heinzman, driver of the number 51, to his outside, Dalton Kilrow. Inside row 2, it's TBB, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, and to his outside, it's the 24 of Sam Lawson. Starting inside row 3, Brian Zimmerman. To his outside, Brian Dees in 6th. Then it's DP, Dustin Ping, Gordon Larson, John Perkins, and Philip Van Vliet. That rounds up the top 10, and here we go, getting ready to file it up under the green flag once again. Pace car rounds out through turns number 3 and 4. Gonna go down pit road, and the 51 gonna take control of the field. Man, that is a sharp left-hand corner. You're not kidding, man. That pace car driver's aggressive. Good start out of Cody Hines, man. And the 10 car may have let his teammate drop down, as it looked like he may have woed up just a little bit to let Kilrow in. TBB playing the team game. Cody Heinzman leads the way. Kilrow on those fresher tires. This is going to matter. We've seen drivers catch people on slower tires, but then trying to get around them is a whole other story. Tanner, I want to point out something. We're 3 wide. We're 4 wide. We're 3 wide again. Towards the back of this field, it is nuts. Philip Van Vliet was right in the middle of it, now cleared of it. Amanda Sherman to the inside of the 12. Mark Arthur, Sherman will give it up. And that's also going to cost her a position to the 88 of Jamie Walker. Amanda Sherman back to 15th position. Doing a great job, though. She is, I'm telling you, she just keeps her nose clean week in and week out. Continues to have these good finishes, and she's going to end up in the championship this year. The 51 of Cody Heinzman continues to lead the way. Dalton Kilrow and Sam Lawson, your top 3. Heinzman on older tires, but doesn't seem to be affecting him right now, as the 51 producing all the speed he needs. We know that he has about a minute plus of repairs that need to be done with the 51, but Heinzman doesn't seem to have gotten the message, as he is rolling through this track right now. $115 of 190 being worked right now. Yeah, Lori, I don't know what there's sides to be taken there. I mean, if there's just no room, then there's just no room. You know, on the track, yes, there's going to be discussions and there's going to be tempers and stuff like that. But I think if both drivers were to step away and look at that whole thing, look, there's nothing more that could have been done. It's not like it was malicious. It just happens to be that those two drivers were side by side with each other when another car kind of had an issue. Mark had to avoid it, and unfortunately, you know, unfortunately, Chris Carroll was there, and they made contact once again. Derek, I wish you were out in the field, brother. You got to get yourself back racing Sunday nights. That's all there is to it. The 51, Cody Heinzman, continues to lead the way. The 41 of Kilrow right behind him. That's Derek's teammate in that 41 right there. Derek Paulson, one of those MFRD drivers, and there are a bunch of them. So Heinzman continues to lead the way here at lap 118. Dalton Kilrow kind of staying right with him, but hasn't really looked for a way around yet.
As I am back now, Chris, it looks like the laps they're starting to click off now. Heinzman is the top dog. I'm glad to see the governor, Party Boy Sam Lawson, battling back here.
Yeah, Sam Lawson in third spot. Lori, to answer your question, there's only 18 drivers in the lead lap, and just because you have a little bit of damage doesn't necessarily mean your car is going to be that much slower. Now, at this point, I will say that he's going to have more of a challenge, but it also looks like some of those repairs have been made in the 99, able to roll on. A lot of that damage, Lori, also was to the rear of the car. On a 1 mile track, aerodynamics isn't the most important thing. So, yeah, he's going to be able to roll. Now, will he win this race? Probably not at this point, but he's going to get up there. He's not going to stay in 11th spot by any means. Hope that helps. Hope that answers the question. Up top, Cody Heinzman, Kilbro, Sam Lawson, Brian Dees, your top four. Then a little bit of separation out to TBB and Dylan Banks. Is a battle going on for the 5th spot.
Remember, Banks trying to battle back from that EOL that he just got. Forced him to go to the tail end of the longest line. Now he's up to, I think, 5th, I believe.
Well, right now he's in 6th, but he's got the battle going on with TBB. And Banks is looking for that 5th spot. In fact, right now off the turn, he's got it. So Dylan Banks up to 5th spot. Another driver that had a little bit of damage right there. And yeah, just like that, up to 5th spot. That EOL, not so bad because he was already kind of back there anyway, though, right, Tanner?
He was indeed. And I was a moron. I was in replay mode calling the race there. I was about 7 laps back.
That happens. Even I do that from time to time. Nobody ever calls me out on it. Oh,
we got a guy going around, though.
That's Sam Lawson. Oh, Sam. Easy on that throttle. Just keep it going straight.
I was going to say, last time I saw him, he was going straight. What happened? He got loose again?
Yeah, he hit the throttle and it kicked out, but he's got it now. We're back. We're still under green.
Yeah, I saw him wrecking. He gathered back up. I go back up to the front, and I guess he was trying to wreck again.
Well, you know, party boys being party boys, that's exactly what they do.
Exactly.
He's probably tilting one back, and he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot I had to drive. Oh, boy. If we can go from here till the end of the race without another caution, we'll be under 10. I just want to point that out.
Well, I'm going to let that one sit for a minute because I'm going to take the over on that one, I believe, still. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. Everybody looks to be minding their P's and Q's right now. Chris?
Yeah, except for Brian Dees. Brian Dees just muscled underneath his teammate, took over 2nd spot. I mean, my God, that 17 right now is fast.
It's crazy how we've only broadcast for, what, half a season together, and I knew. Like, I saw that right whenever I said I knew exactly where you were going right then. Dylan Banks trying to do the same thing he saw the So Stealer do.
Yeah, I've got to start thinking what's going on with the kill row machine because, you know, from 2nd to 3rd with a teammate, okay, I understand the teammate had a good run, and that happens. But here comes the 48 putting the pressure on now, and I don't know that Kilroe's got an answer for it. The answer may be the 17.
I think you're 100% right. And something I'm just noticing where I stepped away for a minute to go grab a drink. Our race leader, Cody Heisman, he last pit on lap 78, Chris. These other guys, they pit on lap 101, and Cody's still able to be out front the way he is.
Yeah, not only is he out front, but he is pulling away out front. Half a second is the race lead. But Brian D is pretty freed up right now. We're going to see if he's able to break that down just a little bit. And then Dylan Banks battling for that 3rd spot. I think he may have it this time, but I've been wrong all night, so who knows? Oh, the 41 gives a little bit of a wiggle, so yes, the 48 is going to take that over. And yeah, the 41, there is a problem. I don't know if the right rear is not happy or what.
I think that's it, Chris. I think he overheated those tires a little bit. Whether it be the right rear, left rear, don't matter. But the right rear, we've seen them get loose out here tonight. That's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna put you on the spot here, crew chief. These guys pit on lap 101. We know our race leader Heinzman. He's just due in for service. Just it's math. That's how it works. He has to go in. He's not gonna have enough fuel. These other guys, Brian Dees and company, they pit on lap 101. They can make it to the end. Are you coming back in if you're the soul stealer?
It depends on Cody Heinzman. Now, if I'm Cody Heinzman, I'm thinking about pitting pretty soon. And the reason is the sooner you pit, the more pressure it's going to put on the rest of the field to pit. If he stays out, he's the only one that's going to have to come down pit road. So that won't work. Cody Heinzman is going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to see a gut check here, if you will, of whether or not there's going to be another caution. Now, if there's another caution, he's going to come down and lose some spots. If he comes down right now, he could go down a lap.
That's the problem here. He's almost getting in the territory, I feel like, where he needs to see a caution. Now, he is the catch-up man. He's Cody Heinzman. He can do a lot more than what I can do. So my strategy, I'm just based off what I can do, right? But yeah, I think he needs a caution right now. I really do.
Yeah, and not to mention, I think Brian Dees may be just a little bit quicker than he is right now. Dees has got it figured it out.
At the lap times, our race leader has 31.849 compared to Dees's 31.768. So absolutely is faster than our race leader right now.
Yeah, and it's not a ton, but it's enough, right? You get to that back bumper, try and force a mistake.
A tenth, that definitely don't sound like a lot, right? But it's a lot on these mile tracks, these short tracks especially. But I don't think that's enough just to go up there and muscle the lead away. I think you need to be a little bit quicker than that. So
I agree.
Dees is going to need Cody's tires to fall off, and I believe Cody might be getting to the point where they've almost plateaued. It may just be what they are now.
Yep, I agree. Now, the only thing that I can say is Dees right now is able to cut that corner just a little bit sooner than the 51. That does leave the inside open, like we see right there. The 17, excuse me, is able to keep it down lower for just a little bit longer, and that could open up a door for him here as the laps go on. The 8, Amanda Sherman, about to go down a lap. She does. She keeps it up high. Good job for Amanda. Right now being scored in 17th spot. Pumpernickel. Oh, I know what that means. That's code in TNA speak. You don't know. I don't know. We know. You can't get it out of me.
Yeah, I'm clueless.
It's a code word. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, the 17, he is all over Cody Heinzman right now. Definitely the quicker of the two cars, but catching him and passing him are two different things. We see this week in and week out. What's really amazing to me is Dylan Banks sitting back there in third. Really hasn't gained on these two at all, even though there's a little bit of gamesmanship going up in the top two. Banks still sitting in the third spot, some 1 second plus behind our race leader. Heinzman right now, he's really got to start thinking about, I'm going to call it short pitting, but that's not really the thing. It's going to be the thing that allows him to finish this race.
Right.
If he does it now, he's going to be able to out race as far as speed anybody else on track. Oh boy, it's tough. I guess right now the best thing you can hope for as the race leader is another caution.
Just want to update real quick on the bracket because Chris Bird just dropped out of the race. So it looks like Rick Thompson should be able to take that spot and advance on. Well, he does for sure because Chris Bird dropped out. He's going laps down now. So Rick Thompson's going to advance to the final four.
And that's amazing when you look at the 76 right now. As the 76 racing that modified, Sam Lawson, right? Well, he was in front of him. Sam Lawson's bringing it down pit road. He got extremely loose coming off the corner, and now he is bringing it down pit road. Last time he was on pit road was 101, so maybe a bad set of tires for Lawson. As he is on pit road for service, the 51 Heinzman continues to hold station out front here live on True Sim Productions. Speaking of being live on True Sim Productions, got to thank everybody. That's one thing I haven't done yet, and I try to every single time. Ladies and gentlemen out there in the audience, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us live here every Sunday night on True Sim Productions to bring you the great racing of Blazing Pedals Next Gen Series.
Absolutely. And just want to update Sam Lawson, the governor. He pulled it down and left. Put the car on the hauler. Now, Chris Berg, I mentioned he dropped 66. He's back. So now Rick's not safe. He is going to be. So Chris Berg has currently scored 4 laps down. It could be 5 to 6 when he gets back into the car. But he is back into the session.
Oh, the 9 car into the wall at a slower pace. That's Bauer just staying out of the way. Oh, the 17 may be looking for the race lead. The 17 pulls down on Heinzman, and D's now looking to reap a soul. Contact made. The 51 has to back off. We have a new race leader. It is Brian Dees in the 17.
What a move by the Soul Stealer. 51 looking to go tit for tat here.
Yeah, Heinzman may not be happy with the little bit of contact that was happening as the 17 went around. Maybe felt like he was wrong there a little bit. The 9 goes up into the wall. Is it going to be enough for a caution? No. He keeps it going.
Cody Heinzman gets the race lead back. So these guys are going tit for tat up here, Chris. This is getting crazy. Now, if he wants, he can basically slot in and ride right here because he knows. Never mind. Everything I was saying, forget.
Caution! Caution on the track. The double aught Hendrick Motors of Gordon Larson having issues. This is caution number 10. What happens with Larson? Oh, he comes down, gets a little piece of RT76 hard into the wall. And
Rick RT76 almost went nose into the wall at the end of the pit road there, the barrels. Got lucky.
Whew. Well,
all that fuel stuff we were talking about, the pit stop still out the windows. We got caution now. Cody Hines is coming down. Who's going to follow our race leader this time?
I think anybody that has a set of tires is coming down pit road.
I think you have to. If you have a set laying right now, you can't take them with you when you're gone. As look at the 00 right in front of the race leaders. He's trying to get on pit road. They're trying to get on pit road, and his wheel is destroyed.
Yeah. Cody Heinzman leads him down. It's going to be a battle off from pit road.
I was about to say, Chris, with how hard it's been to pass, if your name's Cody Heinzman or Dylan Banks here, this could be the race-winning move right here, whoever gets off pit road first.
Oh, man.
Cody got it. Cody's got the preferred box. He's got that first spot.
Cody, Dylan, Brian, Dalton, Dustin, Taylor, Jamie, John, Brian, and Chris Carroll. Your
so
top
Dees lost
10.
a spot. Dees lost a spot on pit road. Banks was able to gain a spot.
This is caution number 10. What are the chances that we have had 10 cautions here tonight when that's exactly the cutoff number I picked just out of thin air? Just out of thin air. But we had 18 votes in that poll. Tanner, that's a lot. I'm going to say I'm really happy with that, but 66% they said nope, not going to happen. Fewer than 10. And yes, said 33%. Said yeah,
Well,
10 or less is good to go. Corey, it's 10, bud. I'm going to show it right now. Oh, it is 11. Oh, no. Oh, damn.
No way, Chris. You did
Oh.
not just leave me off a cliff. No, it's not.
Oh,
Wow.
it is
LOL.
caution 11.
That's great.
Oh, dang it, Corey.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I was totally bought in, Chris. I thought it was 10th, buddy. I was totally bought in, committed to you there.
Well, shoot.
Power Fade in the chat says, looking forward to a different car next season.
Look at the governor. No, that's not in the budget. I'm sorry. Well, the first stage ended under caution, so even if, we'd still be at 10. And I'm.
You could look at it like that though.
I guess
there has been one stage yellow out tonight. The other one was a real yellow.
Yeah, I guess. But I didn't specify it in the poll. Now I feel kind of bad.
They still pose all the time. It's all right.
Caution lights are off. Cody Heinzman, Dylan Banks, your top two. Then it's going to be Brian Dees and Dalton Kilroe teammates make up row number 2. And look at the size of the field. It has shrunk considerably.
My goodness, it really has. I didn't realize that. Sorry, green flag that.
The go pedal, and we are gone under the green flag once again. I'm going to throw this out here as a wow. Jamie Walker has not been a part of this race pretty much since the first caution, give or take. He's now sitting in 7th spot.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Was a modified earlier.
Yeah.
Didn't have a front clip.
Yeah. And we've got to tell John Perkins sideways hard. Oh, man, we just barely caught that, but he is able to keep it going. John Perkins, I don't know how he saved that car.
So I missed it. I heard you, then I heard Jimmy apologizing to somebody. So I'm going to say maybe the 28 and the 33 may have made a little bit of contact, it sounded like. Jimmy was apologizing.
Corey's been watching all night. Corey, I appreciate it, brother. You know I do. Cody Heinzman continues to lead the way. It looks like just a little bit of work was done to the front end of that 51, but still, you can see some damage on the right front. The 48 of Dylan Banks right behind him. Banks now has to try and figure out a way around him. These two young guns have been back and forth winning races for the last several weeks now. And the 48 may have the speed. We're going to find out. Right behind them, it's Dalton Kilroe. And at the 17, those two drivers ran the 48 or the 24-hour race just last night. Brian Dees hasn't been to bed since sometime early in the AM.
That's impressive.
Top 4 drivers are just walking away. But speaking of walking away, how about Dustin Ping in the 5th spot? Right behind him, Jamie Walker. Walker got around TBB and it's just gone.
You know, I've heard drivers say before, this car is like the ARCA car. If you get it damaged and you go down, get it fixed, they can fix it almost all the way back to pristine. And I'm wondering if Jamie got the damage fixed and the car is just back to normal now for him, or as normal as it can get.
Well, it still doesn't show the speed like the top 4 had, but, you know, if Jamie can come back and hit a top 5 out of the night,
that's a win for the 88, brother. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Dalton Kilroe just got a little loose coming off from turn number 2. Luckily, his teammates behind him gave him plenty of room to gather it back up, but the 41, I don't know what's going on there. It looks like he has fresh tires on that thing, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't think these cars are very happy out there right now.
Hot, slick track. Everybody's trying to get after it. Look at Brian Dees driving off a cliff to get in there. Made it stick. I want to touch on something here. For the past few weeks, it's been the 51 and the 48, but it's been reversed. It's been the 48 leading and the 51 following. And the 51's been faster than the 48, but could never make the pass. Rows in reverse now. 51's man front and center. 48's the man that has to go on offense now. He's not on defense. I'm interested to see how this battle goes these next last 40 or so laps.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that. I'm not so sure tonight the 48 is faster than the 51. In fact, right now, I think the 41 might be faster than the 48, and it's starting to look that way for sure. As Kilroe was looking on the outside, did a good job to back it up a little bit because the 48 got really tight and went up towards the wall. But, man, the 41 had a run. Guys, you may come out and watch the cautions with me, and I appreciate all that. And I'm sure Tanner does too, but I'd much rather see you out on track.
And I would much rather see you at after the flag whenever we go live about 5 minutes after the race for just a little post-race recap show.
Hey, after the flag. Good call. After the flag, coming up right after this race.
After the flag, coming up about 5 minutes after the flag.
It's pretty sweet.
I got to put a shirt on. Peek behind the curtain once again. I call this race without a shirt on.
I got to put a hat on. You don't want to see this bald head.
I have to put a hat on.
Oh, 41! Oh, got to get rid of this real quick. The 41 had a moment. I thought he was going fast, and he was
looking
but
down to the grass.
Oh,
he was
man.
almost facing the grass right there at one point.
I don't know how he saved that. D's now up to third spot. 34 laps to go.
Well, that happened. The 48 really applying pressure to the 51. I think the 51 has been the fastest car out of these two. He has the track position now, but now look at the 48 jumping to the outside. Going to see if he can make a power move down to 3 or 4.
I don't see it happening.
He can't do it on the outside. He's got to cross him over. And I think that's what he's trying to do, Chris. But look at Cody. He's going to run that exit lane perfectly, not give an inch right there. Look, Cody don't want that bottom. He's not going to give up that bottom.
Yeah, that's smart racing right there. And look at the 48 driving it down to that yellow line kind of late into the apex, trying to go for that bottom line off from the corner, and didn't make it happen that time. So, yeah, these guys fighting. I love it.
But I will say the 51's having to watch that mirror now. He's not being able just to come out here and drive freely. He's having to almost react to what the 48's doing here. Don't want to give that bottom lane up. Look, he's going to try to cover it once again. 48's not there. He's good. I mean, it's just heads up driving by the 51 right now. But, like I said, he's having to watch that mirror.
All right. Apparently Dylan watches the chat during the races, so Corey's putting the hammer down. I dig it.
Banning from race chatter.
Daisy, the new dog. She looks like a cutie. I can't wait to meet her.
Oh, Rip has him a lady friend now.
Yeah, the little sister.
Yep.
I love it.
Oh, almost contact between our top two.
Yeah,
I believe there is a little bit of contact actually between our top two right there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Banks, I think, definitely faster than the 51 right now, and the 51 busy driving out of his mirror, but
I think that's the difference in pace, though. I think the 51's having to drive a little bit different, so he's not able to maximize his pace right now.
Yeah.
But he's doing a brilliant job. He's keeping Dylan Banks. He ain't letting him get clear yet. Not even letting him really break the side of his bumper, really. Yeah, he got to the outside a few times, but Cody's doing a heads-up driving right here. I think he's keeping the 48 right where he wants him.
Oh, except for now the 48 able to break free on the outside, but again, oh, the 48 gets loose. Oh my God, did he get loose and he saved it? I don't know how.
I'm telling you, I think it's all by design by Cody right there. I think Cody was playing some games there. I really do. Giving him that outside lane, letting him have it. Now can Dylan Banks fight back? He made the tires mad there, Chris. Tires going to be angry.
Yeah, tires are going to be angry for several laps. Now the 51 has just got to do just enough to stay up in front, right? Don't make your tires mad just because the guy behind you did. Keep it nice and smooth. Speaking of being smooth, I'm keeping an eye on Dalton Kilroe. The 41 has been very smooth since he had his little hiccup. And he is right on the back bumper of his teammate, both in the Circle Track Arena and on the 24-hour circuit that they raced last night.
Did they tell you where they finished at? Where the team?
You know what? I didn't even ask. That's the terrible thing. I should have, but I didn't even
normally
think to
we
it.
don't, right? We normally just congratulate them. You finished that race.
You finished,
that's a big thing.
That's huge. Cody Heinzman continues to lead the way. Looks like Jamie Walker may be trying to push on Ping just a little bit for 5th spot. Walker has made his way back up to 6th and really hasn't been able to find his way around Ping yet, but the 88 may be just a little bit quicker than the 81. Oh, the 81 gives up a little bit of a wiggle, and the 88 not able to capitalize. Still quite a bit of damage on the right front of the 88. We'll check in with that battle in just a little bit. Right now, lap 165 of 190, some 25 laps to go. 25 laps to go. Math
good. As Corey was giving instructions to Dylan, told Dylan to stop in the chat. And ever since he said that, Dylan kind of stopped. He kind of fell back a little bit, so maybe he is reading the chat. Don't want to be banned from the coveted Race Chatter show. No, people are just fighting to just be featured on that show, Chris. So he definitely does not want to be banned.
Yeah, now you're going to have to explain this one to me. Corey's asking for, he's saying, come on, Ping. I need you to keep it up to tie Tanner and 4th seat. So
the Race Chatter pick 'em. We pick a driver every week. Whichever driver finishes the best out of the ones we pick, they get a point. I'm currently tied for 1st with it's me and Cody Heinzman, actually. Me in the 4th chair.
Oh, baby. I don't want to interrupt, but the 48, his tires are still very angry. He just hit the wall coming out of the corner. And the 17 closes right in. I'm sorry. Keep on going.
Well, that's going to allow the 17 to maybe steal a soul here. But, yeah, it's just the pick 'em. So I got 4 points. Cody Heinzman has 4 points. And Corey has 3. Corey picked Dustin Ping today. I don't remember who I picked, honestly. But apparently Dustin Ping's running the best. What happened now?
Dylan Banks' car is mucho unhappy. Oh, the 17 had to hop on the brakes to stay out of the back of the 48. You want to talk about a car that is not happy? Right now, it's the 48. He tried so hard to get around Cody Heinzman. I believe his car is pissed. Pardon my French.
I said it too. I 100% agree, but you was right. 17 had to get on the binders right then just to stay off the 48.
Yeah, and that may affect Brian Dees' outcome of this race too. We're gonna have to figure that out here. We got 21 laps to go. Cody Heinzman again continues to lead the way in the 51. Dylan Banks in what can only be described, I believe both of us now have said it, one pissed off race car. And the Soul Stealer, the 17, Brian Dees, up 8 positions since the drop of the green flag. He's running in 3rd. Behind him, Dalton Kilroe runs in the 4th spot, right where he started the night. And Jamie Walker sits in 5th position. I'm telling you, man, don't count out Walker yet. He may be struggling, but he may also be looking for a top 3. You never know. That 88 and the way he's been driving as of late, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Walker has just figured something out. You're going to have to... sorry about that. I saw it on my end, a little bit of a hesitation in iRacing.
But, yeah, talking about Walker, 4 out of the last 5 races with podium finishes. He did finish 11th last week at Iowa, but he ran good. He was running inside the top 5 and had misfortune fairly late into the race. So
Oh,
He's
the 41,
41 going around. Could he
sideways.
save it? He saved that. He got in the grass and everything. He saved it.
Oh, man, that's going to put Kilbro now back to 5th spot. Jamie Walker up to 4th. And I'm telling you, now the 17 has trouble negotiating the corner. I am telling you right now, Walker is probably, well, I'm not going to say probably. He is looking for a top 3, and he may get there.
It almost resembles like a battle of attrition right now. Whose right rear is going to hold on long enough here? Who's not going to overstep the boundary, right?
Well, as weird as it is to say, the guy that is able to be the easiest on his right rear right now is your race leader, Cody
Man, front
Heinzman.
and center. Absolutely.
And he's taking a bit of an different... I like it. I like the line he's running. He's starting off a little bit higher in the corner, and through the arc of the corner kind of brings the car down. He didn't do it through 3 and 4, but through 1 and 2, if you watch that line, that is going to be very, very easy on those tires. Let's see if he does it again. Yeah, he does. You see how high he was on the track. Yeah. And then he comes down to the yellow line, makes sure that car is good and straight, and then hits the throttle. Boy, that's a nice way to kind of hold on to that right rear. And the guy right behind him, Dylan Banks, he can't afford that luxury. He's got to go, go, go. And you see him, he's starting to close in a little bit, but at what cost? Oh, look at that.
Right there.
There it is.
Right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, also touching bang on Cody Heinzman. He is running a little bit higher, 1 and 2. It's the complete opposite, 3 and 4. Dylan is actually running higher than Cody in 3 and 4. Cody's almost painting the yellow line. There's actually been times where he's actually on the yellow curbing down there.
And I'll tell you right now, the gap has been pretty equal. About 0.65 between our race leader and second spot, Dylan Banks.
Okay, so Corey updated me with the picks. Obviously picked Ping. I picked Philip Van Fleet. That's right. I picked the Lone Dutchman. Dylan picked Chris Berg, and Cody picked TBB.
Well, TBB right now in 7th spot. Chris Berg going to be a non-factor.
What about my pick, Van Fleet? He is sitting 13th, last car on the lead lap.
Yes, sir.
Who was the other?
TBB runs 7th right now. Good pick right there. Top 10 right now for TBB.
So as it currently stands, Ping is the point. Yep. He's in 6th. So if Tapper passes Ping, then there's a 3-way tie for first in the pick'em.
Yeah, and I think right now TBB may be just a little bit quicker than Ping. We're going to find out here. We're going to watch a couple of laps. Just quick eyesight was telling me he was a little bit quicker, but I was off from one corner. We're going to see what he looks like here off from turns 3 and 4. And yeah, I'm going to say just, even though the time isn't showing it. Oh yeah, it is. TBB a little bit quicker.
Little.
Yeah.
So the competitor in me, I want Ping to win just so there's a 3-way tie for first, but I'm still in first, right? If TBB beats out Ping or passes him, then Cody Heinzman's going to be the new pick'em leader, I believe.
Not for nothing, Tanner, but did you pick up on the fact that I saw the difference in 3/100ths of a second between those two?
That is pretty cool. That's pretty good eye tester, huh?
It's kind of crazy. Speaking of times, Cody Heinzman
has checked.
He's checked out. He gone. 1.36, 37, 38, 41, 42, 45, 46. He's gone. Cody Heinzman is gone. And that right there is the difference between being first and running your own race and being second and trying to catch the leader.
And I'll be honest here, Banks is under serious threat now. These last few laps, Dees has drove right up to the back bumper going into turns 1 and 2. Doesn't do it on this side of the track, or hasn't yet, but the last few laps, well, call me a lark, he did it right then, sort of. But these last few laps going into turn 1, he's definitely a little bit quicker than the 48.
Brian Dees looking for a podium finish here. The Soul Stealer currently sits in the third spot with just 10 laps to go. The 48 gives another wiggle. And that has been the difference between him and Cody Heinzman. Now the 17 drops low. Dees looking for second. Brian Dees comes out a little bit shallow. That is not what he wanted. Down through turns 1 and 2, the 48 slams the door. Look
Brian
at
Dees
Dees roll the center. Oh my God, is he fast.
Brian Dees' last podium finish in BPL, April 20th, 2024 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So I can tell you for sure, So Steeler wants to take that spot away. Remain here firmly on the podium. Now looking P2.
Dees 2.
Oh,
no!
You can't make
Brian
this up.
Dees.
You said Walker was hunting for a top 3. Damn it, look who's right there in the top 3 now, Chris.
Dees gets loose. Walker takes advantage. Hello, Jamie Walker.
Oh my goodness. What the hell just happened? I mean, that was crazy. Dees had P2, got loose. The car's so on edge.
I'm not sure Walker's done yet with 7 laps to go.
Oh, Banks is hurting. He's struggling. He just wants this race to be over. Look how much quicker Walker is, and Dees is in the 48 on entry.
Yeah, Dees may not be done yet either. I don't know that he pissed off his tires enough to be done. I think Dees may have enough. If he can follow Walker, we may have a completely new top 3 at the end of this one. Oh, the 88 of Walker. Oh, he is fast right now. I'm telling you, the move he just made, you guys, I don't know if you saw it, but halfway through the corner, he was able to cut that car to the left, and it stuck. It just held there. And that is not something that we should be able to see at this point in the run. The 88 is super fast, and Walker is running as hard as he can right now, trying to get to Banks. Meanwhile, our race leader, yeah, forget about it. He gone. 3.8 second lead right now over Dylan Banks. The battle going to be for second spot here with 5 laps to go. The 88 taking a much narrower turn in on turns 1 and 2. Look at the run he's got coming off the corner. Walker may not be done with a top 3. Walker may want a second place.
As I believe I'm having an internet issue, so I do apologize if I'm skipping. But yes, Walker is looking for the P2.
The 48 just hanging on, trying to hold on to a second spot. 4 laps to go. And Cody Heinzman has checked out. Right now, we are looking for a battle. It is second and third spot. Who is going to finish in the top 3 here tonight? The 17 of Dees. He's looking to the outside. Jamie Walker all over the 48 of Dylan Banks. The 41 of Dylan Kilrow gets loose coming out of the corner. Kilrow with a top 5 right now. A good finish for Dalton. That's exactly what he needs. If he can hold on to it here with 3 laps to go. Next time by for Cody Heinzman, he's going to pick up the popsicle sticks. Right now, it is a battle for second spot. The 88 is trying everything that he can throw at the 48 to try and make the pass. The 17 looking for somebody to make a mistake. 2 laps to go for Cody Heinzman. The 17 once again to the outside, gonna try and make it work. We haven't seen it at all this season. White flag. Oh, Jamie Walker hard into the wall. Jamie Walker takes it to the wall.
Oh my goodness, and Corey just said he updated the bracket, but I think Jamie's okay. He just has to limp it around. Look at that car.
Watching the 51, Cody Heinzman round out through turns 3 and 4. Cody Heinzman can see the checkered flag waving, and Cody Heinzman gonna be your race winner. The battle now for second spot, and it's gonna be Dylan Banks, Brian Dees, Dalton Kilrow for fourth. Taylor Butcher Benjamin brings it home fifth. Dustin Ping sixth. Seventh is John Perkins. And Jamie Walker with no right front tire is going to finish in 8th spot. Rick Thompson 9th. Brian Zimmerman and 10th. And oh my God, I'm going to have a heart attack.
I mean, it just started getting weird. It got weird here at the end. But I do want to say, shout out Cody Heinzman. He just joined Elite Company. Him, Dylan Banks, and Chris Carroll, the only drivers in the series with 3 or more race wins. So the catch-up man picking up race win number 3 of the season for him.
Not the easiest race to win. He has definitely had to battle back from some adversity here tonight.
2 cautions back to back.
Yeah. Still has damage on the front of that car. The 51 picks up a race win. Dylan Banks going to be doing a Polish victory lap, even though it's not his victory, but what the heck? I don't care. And then the 17 of Brian Dees. Guys, this has been, without a doubt, one of the strangest and most incredible races that I have brought to you here live on True Sim Productions. Stay tuned for just a moment. We're going to set up our post race, and then 5 minutes after post race, we're going to go after the flag. All right, post-race is going on right now, and we're going to join the driver of the number 17, bringing it home in 3rd spot here tonight. It's the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees. Brian, it's Chris and Tanner up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
I got a copy, guys.
Well, buddy, you ran a 24-hour race just last night into this morning. I never even asked how you finished, but it doesn't matter because tonight, up 8 spots to finish in 3rd place. Man, you got to be feeling really good with that 17 right now.
Yeah, finish-wise, tonight definitely went a lot better, obviously. Yeah, we got like 24th in the race. The rain came, and none of my team liked driving in the rain. Thankfully, we didn't have to worry about that tonight. Some of the time, though, it felt like there was some rain on the track. This thing was sliding all over the place.
Yeah, and of course, coming to the white, you had you were sitting in 4th spot. Jamie Walker was right in front of you just before the race stripes. Man, he turned and went into the wall, and you were pretty close to him. Was that an oh crap moment?
It really was, because I also finished with a 0x. So when I saw him get loose coming out and bounce off the wall, really what I was thinking about was my 0x, not even the top 3 finish. After I got past him, I was definitely focused on the top 3, though.
Yeah, of course. And 0x, I got to tell everybody right now what that means is bonus points, right? Very important going into the championship season, which is right around the corner.
Absolutely. I think I'm probably pretty safe in the standings to make the playoffs, but definitely want to enter the playoffs with some momentum, get as much as you can going for you. Also had fastest lap tonight, so definitely building that momentum. The only thing I missed out on, didn't get a chance to lead a lap.
Well,
Had a little battle with Cody there. Thought I had it. Made a little contact with him, and I don't like to race people that way if they're not racing me that way. So I was going to try to lead the lap and then just give it back to him, but I ended up getting loose and out of 4 and not even getting to lead the lap. So I guess that's the way it goes. I got what I deserve there, so it is what it is.
Well, Brian, as the elder statesman coming in the top 3 here, you got to be feeling pretty good heading into the championship season. Who on that 17, my friend, do you need to thank?
I got to say, that's the first time I've been called the elder statesman in anything.
It happens more and more every year, but
it doesn't feel that great. I don't know if I like it.
Man.
I know. Trust me, I know.
I guess you know the feeling too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely got to thank all the league sponsors. Definitely, obviously, first of all, got to thank MFRD, Michael Falk, best painter in the business. Trying to pull up my cheat sheet here. Got to thank Butt Kicker, Blackhawk Motorsports, Priority Auto, Five Kings, and Ohio and Indiana Roofing as well. Last but not least, always got to thank you guys up in the booth, making us look good every week. Always a blast when I'm not busy at work, going back and watching the broadcast.
We appreciate that, Brian. Hey, man, congratulations once again on a 3rd place finish. It's Brian Dees, the Soul Stealer out of MFRD, driving the 17, bringing it home in 3rd spot here tonight. And that is going to leave us with just a couple other drivers to talk to. And I believe Tanner, hopefully you caught up with Dylan Banks, who right now is a little bit muted.
I think he figured out. Dylan, you're live in the booth. I heard you, but do you got a copy once again?
Yeah, I do.
Man, oh man, you look like you had the car to beat early on, and then once you lost track position, hard to get it back, hard to pass. Battling Cody there late, looked like the tires were just outright. We called it pissed. It was hard to get the grip down. Talk to us what you felt out your windshield tonight.
Oh yeah, I couldn't stay the rear all night, no matter what I did. A lot of guys were saying that they were in 4th gear, a little bit. And I tried it. I was just too tight. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't ride at the bottom. It just wanted to wash up, no matter if I wide arced it or not. Yeah, I just couldn't stay the rear all night. It's frustrating. Yeah, I was trying to get past Cody to get up there and start saving a little bit, because I know that's what he was doing. Being out in that clean air, you can kind of save a little bit better than everybody else. But props to him. I didn't want to do him dirty and move him out the way, because he's always raced me clean. Have a lot of respect for him. So, but yeah, it was a hell of a battle until about, I think it was like 10 to go. I couldn't hold the car from under me. It just wanted to. I can't believe I still had the same one piece and got P2. I'm proud of it. I'll take it. Yeah, it's frustrating.
I can't believe you finished 2nd and you're frustrated, but that just shows like the drive and the competitor that you are. You want to win everything, right? You feel like the first loser tonight, and I like that, because that means you're just digging, always hungry, always trying to win. Dylan, I know you're a driver that always partakes in race chatter and after the flag, so I'm not going to hold you long here on the interview, because I know you're going to join us on the post-race recap show, correct?
Yep, I'll be there.
So shout out who you got to thank for the number 48 crew here, brother.
Well, I got to thank all the guys at Five Kings. Every week they give me the help and support I need to go out here and contend for wins. Can't thank Carol enough. I apologize to him several times for that one incident that cost him damage and cost him multiple spots. I felt really bad for that. But when Cody got by me, or when Cody was on my outside, I wasn't even trying to race him. I was trying to let him go, because they had newer tires. They were a lot faster than me. But when he got side by side with me, it just upset the car really bad. It just snapped on me. I did everything I could to hold it in one piece together without wrecking myself and everybody else. But yeah, deep apology to him. Don't want to do a teammate like that. But big shout out to you, Mr. Tanner. You already know, bring me in this league, and let me do this every week. I have a blast in here every week with y'all, and up in the broadcast booth. You and y'all both do an amazing job up in the booth every week. Can't thank y'all enough. Shout out Cody and Brian. for podium finishes. Shout out Cody for the win. He had a hell of a race. And last shout out I want to give is to all the viewers and my mom out there, Jamie. She gave me some support tonight, and too bad I couldn't get the win, but hey, we'll take P2.
Hey, that's awesome. So shout out Jamie out there in Viewerland watching. Shout out to you, Dylan, and we'll catch up with you here in a few minutes on After the Flag, boss.
Thank you, guys.
That is going to be the driver of the number 48. It's Dylan Banks coming in second spot. And, of course, that leaves us but with one driver to talk to. It's the driver of the number 51 who, at the end of the race, had gapped the field. It's going to be driver from TNA Motorsports, Cody Heinzman. Cody, it's Chris and Tanner up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, buddy, look, every now and again, I got to remind everybody that I, too, am a TNA driver. And not that I play favorites at all, but hell of a win. Great job. Love to see it. Can we do some more?
Yeah, well, you know what? In the last one in Indy, you weren't there for it, and I remember distinctly at one point you said, "I really like calling teammates to win." So I was kind of thinking of that a little bit today. But man, what a comeback! Because at one point in this race, I thought I was done for. Top 10 if I got lucky.
Twice.
Yeah. Two times, not once, but twice, Cody. You found yourself towards the rear of the field, yet somehow the 51 brings it up front. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you saw it from your vantage point inside the cockpit, but you still had damage on the right front.
I know. After the bulk of the damage, which was from the second one, that first one, surprisingly, which looked even worse, that one was like maybe 40 seconds. And I was amazed by that, but, I was going to take it. And then, lo and behold, the very next caution, I'm caught up in that too. That one put me at 2.5 minutes total. It was all optional. They said they could fix it all. I said, you know what? That's great, guys, but this track position is really nice. So you fix some of it, and then once I get some track position, I'm not going to fix it. So I think I still got about 1:20 optional sitting there. And, who knows? Maybe in the wreck, I got one of those side skirt flares going on, got a little lucky, because I don't know what I had in the long run there, especially to be pulling that gap at the end. But we'll absolutely take it because, man, at one point we were down and out. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good race out of you. Who do you got to thank on the 51 so we can get out of here and get to After the Flag?
Well, shout out to all the TNA guys. Man, we gotta get a better week going for Corey one of these weeks, because it's been a shame to have him get involved in all these incidents so early on every week. So hoping for a good rebound from him. And shout out to my wife who's always watching, my buddy Chad, and grandparents who always watch this the day after. I'm sure they'll enjoy watching that comeback as well. You guys do a great job on the broadcast, so shout out to you guys too. And I'll be seeing you on After the Flag.
All right, and that is going to do it live here from the Milwaukee Mile. We're going to step away for just about 5 minutes, and when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be After the Flag. If you don't stick with us, make sure you take care of yourselves and each other.